There we go.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Wake Up Wednesday. I'm Jen Slattery with the League of Cities and Towns, as many of you, maybe all of you already know. Um, Today we have some colleagues to talk with us about helping cities and towns run your workforce. As we all know, it's a challenge to keep a uh, highly skilled workforce together. So we get my horrible screen. So we're here today to welcome Chris Tanguay from the Department of Labor and Training, as well as Olivia Byron from the Government Workforce Board, who are going to talk with us about what services they provide to cities and towns. I'm going to shut off my video and turn it over to you guys. Thanks for being.
Well, Jen, thank you very much. And Olivia, I'm starting today. Is that how it's going? All right.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Sorry, you go. Done.
Good morning, all. All right. I just wanted to welcome everyone for attending this morning. So Olivia and I are going to just simply talk about the programs and services that our two agencies do. Olivia's with the Governor's Workforce Board, and I'm with the Employer Services Division of the Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training. And I'll just start with what we have. So I'm going to just share my screen. Let's do that. Let me get that. I'm hoping everybody can see some of the workforce resources for employers. Olivia, give me a thumb up on that one if you can see it. Great, thank you. All right, so basic gist is everybody considers the Department of Labor and Training a lot of times with just unemployment. And although we work with unemployment, and I can a lot of times, get some answers for employers for unemployment, like where's my monthly statement? What's going on with this? Is there a way I can get my paperwork to unemployment? Yeah, we can help with all of that. But we're much more than that. The department has a whole division for workforce development, like a lot of different agencies do. And we work in conjunction with the Governor's Workforce Board to really help employers and job seekers connect in the best possible way. So one of the ways we do that is to help you find the right talent. So if you're looking for somebody specific, we have an employer job board. And that Employ Rhode Island, it goes to our website, which you can create an account, you can post a job, you can look for people, you can look for their resumes, and you can look for things for skills that belong into that job. And you can find out who those people are and what is the best fit for your organization, for your city or town. And so those are the thing that we have most often. And we also host traditional job fairs. Now, there's a whole couple of different ways we do that. One is with a virtual job fair, and I host them. And what we do is we simply work with you as an employer, and we do a format similar to Zoom. A lot of times it could be either Teams or Google Meet, and we create, breakout rooms, and you just people come into the lobby. We make sure they're okay, and we have them register for the event, and we go through that. But that eliminates a lot of the time that you might need to travel somewhere or do this and do that. But it's just a virtual job fair. It really is, it works very well. We also host the in-person ones. And I can tell you that we host them in different scenarios. That the department has three field offices, if you will. We have one in West Warwick, one in Woonsocket, and one in Providence. And we can host job fairs there. My recommendation, since Providence has a significant amount of traffic, we can a lot of times host job fairs there. They have the room, but they also have the traffic, the walk-in traffic that really just keeps on coming on in. It's about 400 people a month, but the marketing for that can go significant. And the West Warwick and Woonsocket can get some people too if the needs are up in that neck of the woods. We can certainly work with that. One of the other methods that we do, and we've done it in Middletown, is work with the library. We've hosted job fairs in your local libraries. And so we will just simply work with the library to get a room, get some space, and we will do our job fair there. And we have a job board that we put outside, what they call sandwich board. We put out right outside the main area, the main door, the main street, if you will. And we just have that and we direct people toward that. But we market it heavily, go through local public service announcements, local newspapers, and local nonprofits are really the driving force with the marketing that we do. We have a job fair in Central Falls that easily gets over 200 people to go to it. And it only goes from 9 to noon, but we get over 200 people in that job fair, and we have about 30 employers that go to that. Now, if it's obviously something for just your city or town, then we can easily tailor make any situation for that. We can host it at your site and we can just go from there. Okay. The Real Jobs Rhode Island, we don't really worry about that. That's something that is more of a, you know, a group of people that get together. And it's, a group that has to have an employer. It has to have a training component or a trainer or a vendor, what we call, and it has to have a nonprofit. So the nonprofit gets the people to attend the training at the vendor to have to meet the need of the employer. And that's pretty much what they do on that respect. And the employer gives the department a pitch and says, this is our project. This is what we need. And the department, and especially the Governor's Workforce Board with the Real Jobs of Rhode Island, really fulfills that need quite a bit. And so that's how we really find the talent. We really do a great job at matching the two people together. I'll let the incentives with Livia go with that one. But one I do want to go with is a tax incentive. The IRS has a tax incentive for people who hire, for employers who hire a specific barrier to employment group of people. So that people on TANF, SNAP, justice involved individuals, youth, is a whole number of different ones, veterans especially. So if you hired a veteran that would be out of work for over 6 months, the IRS might be able to give you a $9,600 tax credit. So that kind of works out that way. Um, those are the things. But if it's contracting, because that's one of the things that the department does, is it does help you expand, but it also does help you if you have a time where you have to lay off. Say federal funding is not what it used to be, grants get removed, they end, and there's nothing to supplement that. We have a couple of different programs that will help with that, and all that kind of goes through our division here. One is Workshare. Now, a lot of you are probably very familiar with some of these, so I'll just, kind of briefly go over them. Workshare is if you have a reduction in force of a certain amount and a certain group of people in a certain part of the agency, part of the, city or town. Workshare will keep your employees employed with you and keep all their benefits in time, etc. But we will, in the reduction of hours, we will kind of supplement that partially with unemployment. And we can work with you on that. A lot of times we have some colleagues over at unemployment who simply work with the employers and really guide them through the process. And I think that's pretty much what we do for everything. It's not like we give you the information and we go away. It's we guide you through the process. And I know Olivia will kind of share a little bit about that going forward. If there's something that goes a little bit further than that, you just can't keep the employees. We have something called a rapid response. And the rapid response works in conjunction with a WARN notice, what we call, and that's a significant closure, significant reduction of force. And our team talks to you and decide and creates a presentation, either virtual or in person. And I bring everybody. I run the program and I bring in someone from unemployment to kind of give the resources of how you apply, how the impacted worker would, walk through the process of unemployment. We also work through the process of healthcare. So we bring in someone from the health exchange. We a lot of times will bring someone from the United Way or 211 or something like that. And mental health is a big component of that. But we really tailor make that presentation towards the employer that of record. So whoever's in, whoever has the need needs to do that. We go with it. And so that's the thing. The department, I mean, this is just a generic overview. We do a lot more. Um, but we have this employer help form. And if you click on that employer help form, that goes directly to me. So really, I'll put my information in the chat, and what we'll do is we'll just kind of go from there. I mean, we have, and I'll just go over kind of quickly the apprenticeship program. If you know employers in your cities or towns who are looking to have an apprenticeship program, please send them our way. We have a whole division in the department that deals specifically with apprenticeships. And our division of workforce development has a liaison to that, and Apprenticeship Rhode Island. So we have a whole bunch of different things. And obviously, like I said before, we work with unemployment, TDI and TCI for employers if eligible, and things like that. So I'm going to stop right there. And I'll just simply, see if there's any questions in the chat or any questions that are out there. All right, so seeing none. All right, Olivia,
I'm gonna
you're
just
on.
jump in.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna keep this super informal. Before this was scheduled, we had several programs that were open to assist the employer community with hiring and training. And so there's two quick headlines. These are super beneficial to our employer community when we offer these sessions so that we can keep you up to date on what we offer and what's happening over here at the Governor's Workforce Board. So if for those of you on this call who don't know who we are and what we do, let's start there. The Governor's Workforce Board is housed at the Department of Labor and Training. We are the primary policy making body at the all things workforce development. We invest in the success of Rhode Island's people and employers, and we are here to help find jobs, build careers, help the employers kind of meet the demands. So we create the programs, the policies behind them, and we are housed at the Department of Labor and Training. So with that said, I am the director for all small grant programs that we offer at the Department of Labor and Training Governor's Workforce Board. And two quick headlines for 2026 is two of the programs that I was going to discuss this morning, and I will give you kind of a high level. The Work Immersion Program and the Incumbent Worker Training Grant programs are temporarily paused right now. We did pause them as of last week as we finalize some program and policy improvements. We do anticipate both those programs will reopen February 2026. So what you can do while we anticipate those applications will reopen is kind of plan for what you can do before they reopen. And so to take advantage of any programs or services where you would receive a payment at the completion of a program, you do need to be registered in our Ocean State procurement system. It's the same system where vendors in Rhode Island will be bidding on projects. I will share that information with Jen at the completion of this call so that she can share it with anybody that would like that information. It is a registration process where you have to complete a full registration and upload a W-9 into the system. A lot of employers forget to do the W-9 or they miss that step. So please be sure you do that. If you have any problems or questions, you can reach out to me directly and I'm happy to help, or Chris as well. But that would be something that I would encourage anybody on this call who's going to be planning to take advantage of a program now, tomorrow, in the future, where you'd be receiving a payment. You should get that registration started. So that's something you could do now while we go through these pauses on these two programs. I will give you a high level of what the programs looked like before we paused them, keeping in mind that we will be making some program revisions to kind of upgrade them. Those might look like we might reduce some of the amount of individuals you could have on a program. We might lower the cap and we might implement like activity plans or something like that into them. So the Work Immersion program is a wage reimbursement program. It's designed to help employers bring on interns for short-term paid work experiences. It's a really great program for employers to receive a reimbursement for wages paid during a placement period. You can kind of try before you buy somebody. It's ideal for evaluating talent before committing to a full-time hire. We offer funding to help you kind of strengthen your existing workforce. So right now, currently, employers receive up to 50 or 75% reimbursement for wages paid during that placement period. We're looking at how we might raise the cap on that. Right now, if an employer was to use that program, it's a $15 minimum. And it's a $20 cap. But again, we might change some of that while the program's closed. That information in the program guide, what has it is on our website. And again, I'm happy to jump on any calls with anybody to discuss that when it reopens in February. While Work Immersion supports your early career pipelines, we also have our Incumbent Worker Training Grant Program, which is also on a little bit of a vacation. We do anticipate that reopening in February as well. That program is to kind of increase the skills or productivity of your current workforce. So if you have trainings that you're thinking about anticipating doing maybe in the next year, workshops, conferences, a lot of employers utilize this as a tuition reimbursement program to kind of retain your staff. It provides a 50 to 75 reimbursement for kind of job related training costs for your current employees. I don't want to get too deep into that because we will be making some revisions, but the program guide is on our website. I'm happy to jump on any calls with anybody to discuss that as we make changes, but it's useful for kind of staying competitive, adopting new technologies, or kind of promoting from within. Some other programs that we offer, and these programs are opened now, and we are accepting applications. For our small employers, by small, I mean any Rhode Island employer with 25 or fewer employees, regardless of whether you pay into our job development fund. Job development fund is the same as our unemployment tax fund here in Rhode Island. So if you self-insure for your unemployment insurance, then you do not pay into the job development fund. But again, this does not, you're not required to pay into that for this program. The Workplace Accessibility Grant offers up to $5,000 to help our small businesses make physical or technological improvements to create a more accessible workplace. We're very excited about this program. We started it about 4 years ago for our small employers. It's 100% reimbursement of $5,000 per calendar year for those for you to use things like equipment upgrades, ergonomic furniture, accessible entrances, and more. You do need to be making some type of reference in the application that you would be making these accommodations to help you either employ someone now that has a physical or some type of needs some type of accommodation to a physical or accommodation to a physical accessible disability. So you're either going to be hiring someone now or you're going to be hiring someone in the future. If you want to jump on a call about this grant as well, I'm happy to discuss it. Again, this is a $5,000 100% reimbursement for employers that have 25 or fewer employees. If you're looking to kind of build a longer term training pipeline within your organization, we offer an incentive grant for apprenticeship programs as well. It's designed to kind of support those non-traditional apprenticeship program fields, such as like healthcare, education, finance, IT. It's $1,000 per non-trade apprenticeship hired and registered after the completion of a required probationary period. Employers are eligible for up to $5,000 in monetary incentives per calendar year, and you can't collect any more than that $1,000 for each unique apprentice. It's a really great program for you guys, for employers, I should say, to kind of, for those employees that are still in the planning stages for developing new training models. We also have non-trade apprenticeship expansion grants as well. We are always happy to jump on calls to talk about apprenticeship. It's a really great way to build out your workforce. And we encourage you to take the most of these programs and connect directly with emerging talent. So if you want to talk to us about these, please jump on a call with us. We have technical assistance with our apprenticeship RI. We have people within our department, myself. We're always happy to talk about these programs. So let us know. And then lastly, 2 other things I just want to talk about this morning is we have a wonderful website called Rhode Island Experiential Learning Navigator. We created this about a year and a half ago. It's still a baby, but we're super excited. It's kind of taken off flight here. It's a free online platform that connects employers with our students and educators across Rhode Island. And I will send information to Jen at Rhode Island Leagues after we hang up. But employers can post internships or job shadows or career exploration activities. It's a way for our our kiddos and our students and our educators to identify year-round opportunities, to showcase those real-world learning opportunities year-round. So if you want more information, if you want to go on, it's Rhode Island Experiential Learning Navigator, and I'm more than happy to send more information, connect you to someone over at Junior Achievement. And with that being said, that will segue me into Junior Achievement, which is occurring this year on December 9th to 11th at the Rhode Island Convention Center. We are looking for volunteers, more exhibitors. This is a career exploration fair. It's a hands-on event connecting over 5,000 eighth grader students with local employers, industries, career pathways. I get super excited about this. I love it every year. It definitely, you have to commit to it, but it's a way to get involved. You can host an exhibit or a booth. You can volunteer as a mentor or presenter. You can provide a sponsorship support to help expand students' access. It's just a way for you as an employer to inspire future talent, build Rhode Island's future workforce pipeline, give up a day, an hour, half hour. Stop by if you don't have time and you just want to see what it's about for maybe next year. But Junior Achievement is it's our baby over here at Governor's Workforce Board. We absolutely love it. We give up 3 days of our time to volunteer. The entire staff is there. So if you don't know what it's about and you want to know more, please reach out to me and I can connect you to someone to tell you more. I'll get off that soapbox, but love Junior Achievement. And I hope you guys will at least stop by and see us from December 9th to 11th. We're there all day with the eighth graders of Rhode Island. We're meeting our mark. We look like most of the schools have connected with us this year, so I think we're gonna go over 5,000. If anybody has any questions about this, I know this was a lot. Jen, I promise I will send you a follow-up so that you can put it all in one email to everybody because I kind of throw up on people on these calls, but I promise I will send it all in one email. But if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them now. Also schedule calls with anybody if anybody has any questions.
All right, I'm going to jump in just for a second on I sort of want
Junior
to
Achievement?
no, almost. I
Okay.
just kind of want to add of where this kind of fits in with the Rhode Island League and with the cities and towns throughout Rhode Island. So what the department allows for is where it pertains, if you will, it pertains to economic development. So if municipalities want to attract or grow the local businesses, they can work with us and to support hiring incentives and workshops and workforce training. We can help them develop the workforce that would assist in the businesses of development in your cities and towns. And obviously we can help out with local compliances with, making sure that any infrastructure projects get everything that they need in regards to wages, in regards to any sort of understanding the labor law enforcement part of DLT. We can help with that quite a bit. And the generic, Olivia, did you have something that you
I
wanted
was
to
going to
add?
jump into
Sure.
also on that point, liaison to the Commerce Corporation as well. So if anybody ever needs any information or contact over to the Commerce Corporation, we're more than happy to make that for site selections,
Yeah.
help with that assistance as well. We try our best to find the resource if we don't know the resource. So
Okay.
to that point as well, Chris.
Thank you. Also for us, a workforce strategy. So we have a significant labor market information. So we can, our Employer Rhode Island, our employri.org website does have, a vast information on a labor market information. So it can help cities and towns guide local businesses in hiring, what they need for education, what the average salary or wage per hour for a certain job might be. We take all of the information, all the wages that are put in, and we put it into Employer Rhode Island. And that allows that labor market information to be accurate, up to date, and pretty much on target. So it does help cities and towns do some really great workforce strategy. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do there? Are we going to hire? What is this going to look like? So it really does help that. Now, of course, supporting the residents and the job seekers are pretty much one of the major things that can help out as well. Through our training, our job seekers can get a list. We have a list on employri.org that has a whole bunch of different trainings that a lot of times are for free. And all of our services are for free. Olivia's, mine, they're all for free. But what happens is you can get anyone who's unemployed, underemployed, and we want to reskill those workers to get a better job. It helps reduce your local unemployment and improves your economic mobility. So it really kind of helps in a lot of respects for a lot of the job seekers in your towns and cities to really attach themselves to DLT and get the trainings that they need. And so I just want to put those in perspective on that, how to best for you guys to utilize the stuff. I mean, IRS tax credit, that goes with employers. You guys know that. You don't necessarily have to do that, but the employers do. So like I said, if say you get a new business in your community and it's a brand new business, they want to hire a whole bunch of people. If they hire 10 veterans that have been out of work for 6 months or more, you're looking at 100 grand right off the top. So you can understand that some of the things that Olivia and I have are some of the best kept secrets around that we bring the money. There is no other way to put that. We bring economic development, we bring labor market information, we bring people. I have a staff. Olivia's got people that work with her that kind of help you out. Obviously, if you need us, we're here. We're just phone calls away, emails. I just put my email in the chat. That way you can contact me anytime. I know some people have, but just give us a holler. We're right here, and that's what we do. We help you out. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris and Olivia. This was so informative. Let's put it up and see if anybody has any questions. We're a small group, you can take yourself off mute. For those who did join late, I am recording the session, so you can go back if I don't be posting on our YouTube channel today.
The reason we put our information here on DLT's website, it has an employer help form. That employer help form goes to me anyway. So we're just going to cut to the chase and just send that through. But you can still go on DLT's website, resources for employers. You can look at the whole list there. It gets you to Olivia's and my information. But if you hit that little thing, it just comes to me anyway. So feel free to just give me a holler and we'll just go from there.
Awesome, thank you. Any last words from you, Olivia?
No,
Yeah.
thank you so much, everybody. And please reach out if you have any employers that you're working with that might want to, if you want to do a small session with a group of employers, I'm always happy to help.
Same here.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you so much for attending, everyone. And thank you to our presenters. And have a great Wednesday.
All right.
You
Thank
too.
you all.
There you go.
Bye-bye.